As we all know, using social media is the best way to build your brand or business. Now, since I have upgraded everything in my studio and all the equipment within it, I thought it'd be a perfect time to put it to good use. Now, over the last few months of my content creation journey, I've really noticed how much better short form content performs over long form content. And I thought today, why not bring you along with me, since I've upgraded all my studio equipment, and film a month's worth of social media content in one single day. So without further ado, let's get into it. So one of the major things I want to do for all my social media content is up the production value. Now that I've upgraded to the Canon R6 Mark II and I have all this lighting and backdrops to my disposal and to my use even, I want to make the most of it and really up the quality of my videos on my social media, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, etc. So I'm going to spend a bit of time today getting a very good backdrop and good lighting setup for all the different videos. I will change each outfit per video I make for social media, but I also want to light it incredible, that stands out and really ups the whole overall production value. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to create a backdrop with some nice lighting, strong lighting, that it just stands out in social media and just looks more professional. So that's what I'm going to do now. So for my first thing, I think I'm going to bring down the white backdrop, and I've got coloured bar lighting that I want to light up onto the white backdrop, which I think will work really well. So I'm going to do that first. I think something like this will work for now. Also, I'm really loving these vlog type videos that I'm making over the last couple of videos on the channel. It takes me back to 2014 when I used to watch YouTube vloggers the whole time, but I'm making about cinematic content. So I'm really enjoying it. Let me know in the comments if you are too. I genuinely just enjoy picking up my camera and just filming stuff like this. It's what I've always wanted to do, so I am living my best life, so I can't complain. Yeah, I think first of all, this white backdrop. Then I'm going to put the bars down at the bottom to light up the white backdrop, and then place a chair in the middle. I think that will work. Fingers crossed. So the light is here and it's bouncing up, but it's not strong because of all that light coming through the paper backdrop. So my thinking is I could go into my bedroom where it has blackout blinds and use in there, but I do need to get blackout blinds for the studio because I just got nothing up on the windows at the moment. If I just take one of these cloths here that I use for my portrait photography and just throw it over the back of this white backdrop, it should block out all the light. So then that LED light should just pop up onto the white backdrop, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to try that before I move into my room, potentially. So let's try that first. It's not working for me. I don't like it. So here is what I ended up going with. So you've got the white backdrop down, diffuses the light, and I put two other backdrops over here to just block out that light coming from the window. I've literally got this LED bar I got on Amazon, which was dirt cheap, and I've clipped it to here on a stand to just give a little bit of orange light onto the backdrop. And then I've got my main light, key light here to come down into my face. And I've got my Canon R6 Mark II over there. And I think that's pretty simple setup just for one shot. I think it looks really nice. And if I go onto my camera here, I've just been testing it to see. So if I go onto my camera here, you can kind of see what I've come up with. Just like that. And that'll be cropped in that will be cropped in, obviously, for social media. So I think this is a good little setup for one of my videos that I will do. I just want to be creative. Like, I could just bang out like 4 videos in the one spot, but then on my feed, I feel like that just doesn't look too good. So I want to change it up. So yeah, I think this will work. I gotta attach the microphones and then start filming. But yeah, I think overall this is a pretty handy setup. What I thought I wanted and what I'm actually doing are 2 different things, but I got there in the end, which is the main thing. And it's all about figuring stuff out. And to be, I was listening to Jonah Hill talk about Martin Scorsese, and he was just saying, like, to be the best director or filmmaker, you got to be a really good problem solver. So I think that's part of what we have to do as photographers, videographers, filmmakers, directors. It's just be really good at problem solving and working with our surroundings. And I think this will create a nice setup for just one of the videos. So now I need to go film the actual video, which will be helpful. So let's do it. So I'm just here now going through my script for this reel. I'm going to talk about SD cards and how they have like doubled and tripled in price, which they have due to AI and the NAND memory chip, that's like the memory storage device in SD cards, and memory sticks are now used to power AI, which has driven the price of NAND chips through the roof. And I even went in to buy a 256 gigabyte SD card for a gig I have coming up, and the price that 256 gigabyte memory card would be is now the price of a 128 gigabyte SD card, which is nuts. So they have literally doubled and in some cases tripled in prices. So I wanted to make a quick reel on that, just highlighting why they have gotten so expensive and create a little bit of hook on that. So I'm kind of just learning my little script. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines, keeping it short and sweet. Like, that's what I want my reels to be. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go through that, learn that, and then film it and move on to the next video. Finally, we have got the take. I haven't done reels like this in quite some time, so it's just like getting the brain working again to just learn a script and then say it. But we have gotten a take in there, so now we're gonna move on to reel number 2. God, hopefully this goes better than this one and my memory has started to kick in. We'll see. Now, I know I said I didn't want to stay in this setting for all the social media content because I want to change up my feed so it doesn't look the same. I think I really like this setup, so all I'm going to do is just change the color of the backdrop, which will still change it up on my feed, whether it's on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I still think it will change it up just a little bit, and it will save me setting up another kind of scenario. So I think I'm going to do that, just change this backdrop over, and that will be enough. I'm going to talk about flash photography in my next reel, and basically just breaking it down in its simplest form, like 1/1 is full power flash, 1/2 is half that power, 1/4 is a quarter of that power, 1/8 is an eighth of that power, and how it just keeps on going down to 1/256, which is your least amount of flash power. Just little tips and tricks that I didn't know when I was first starting off, and they're just easy and accessible, and a lot of people can just quickly check it if they need to. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. I feel like I spoke so fast there. I'm going to do that next and just change over the backdrop. So I've decided to go for this green top, which I think really contrasts against this brownish, greyish type backdrop with that orange light at the side. So I wanted just a little pop of colour that wasn't too bright and in your face. So I think this colour against this backdrop works really well. It's what I usually do for my portrait photography anyway with actors or performers. I like their clothes to be completely different to the backdrop, so it makes them stand out and pop that little bit more. So I'm going to apply that same rule that I use for portraits now to my videos and reels. So my iPhone that I was recording like the BTS on has cut out during the filming of this, but nonetheless I am so happy with how this turned out. The green against the kind of brown backdrop and then that orange light coming in worked really well. It's so nice to finally see the quality of my videos just get better and better as each week goes on. That was reel number 2 done. I can't even speak. That was reel number 2 done, and now I've just got 2 more left to do. One focusing on aperture, and I can't remember what the other concept is about. But yeah, this video turned out really well. I am so happy with how it's all going and just using the space in the most efficient way, shall we say. So let's get on to reel number 3. So I have decided for this shot, I'm still going to use this backdrop, right? But just use it as like it is in the studio, not as produced. So you see all of the backdrop, the lights up here, that light there, this flash box here as well. I want to use it for that, so just so it seems like it's like just in the studio space. It's more casual, it's more laid back, so that's the type of vibe I'm going to go for this video. So let's see if it works. So if I just click on me for the focus, and I'm going to talk about 3 things I am excited to use on my Canon R6 Mark II. So my next reel I want to do is talking about aperture, and it's basically showing like 5 or 6 different clips at different stops. So like 1.8, 2.8, 5.6, 8, 12, 14, and so on and so forth, and show how the light changes and the depth of field. So if I feel for that, I need to have that natural light coming through the back to really show that blurness and separation from the background. Blurness, good English, but that separation from the background and me in the footage. So I think what I'm going to do is lift up this white backdrop, get rid of all that, and really allow that natural light now back into the studio, which I think will help. So let's try that. Here's the current setup. Got the camera up here. You can see we're really showing that depth of field on the camera. So it's quite high, angled down towards me on this stool here. Then you have the natural light coming through, and then we've got just this softbox here. I think it works really well. I'm using my 50mm STM lens because that goes all the way down to f1.8, which is what I want. I want to show the biggest range of depth of field and light. So that f1.8 is so cinematic. It's the whole background is all like blurred out. It's so dreamy, it's delicious. And then I'm gonna go right up to like maybe f16 or something like that, or maybe f20, f22, I'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. I think I'm gonna change the top, so I changed up the color. I do like this color, however, with this backdrop, but I'm gonna change it up. So yeah, and I might just put some headphones on as if I'm listening to music, so it just looks better on the camera. This is the outfit I've gone for. It's just a bright color, so I can contrast the backdrop, so I'm gonna see how that looks on the camera. This is the joys of like filmmaking. It's just pure dead silence, and I look like an absolute weirdo just bopping my head with headphones on with no sound actually going through them. But hey ho, that is the art of filmmaking. Just, you know, when you just look at yourself from another angle and you're like, what are you doing? That's how I feel right now. But it will look good. It will look good. It will. I swear. Let's play it back and have a look. Yeah, I really like that. It's so cinematic. I love when stuff comes together. Yes. Now let's work our way through the stops. I'm at f22, and just look how small the lens has gotten. There's like no light getting let in at all. That is crazy. I just wanted to show that really quickly. Like, look how much the lens actually closes up. Wild. I also need to clean my lens. Leave me alone. So I've just had another idea for a reel that's actually quite quick and easy, and on TikTok. That Justin Bieber song, Hallelujah. And it's basically when he says hallelujah for different things, I'm going to revert to like the ISO or the aperture or something about a client or something like that. So that's going to be my next TikTok, I think. So I only had 5 video concepts I wanted to make for this month. Now usually I would put up 1 video a week, so there's 5. So I'll do a double week. And I want to upload photos then with the videos. Did I stick to that recently? I'll hold my hands up and say, no, I have not. But I've just been so busy, and finding the time to even batch make content has been quite difficult. Because I got so many new equipment and so much new equipment, I was just taking the time to learn it all. And then thankfully my business has grown in the last couple of weeks, so there's events coming up and important things happening, so it's just been hectic and there's been so much to do. So I set aside today to just film a month's worth of content so I can kind of just play catch up on it all again. And then next week I'm actually going to film a month worth of YouTube videos as well, which will be good and it'll get me back on track. But yeah, it's so nice to finally see the step up and leap in production quality on my videos, in terms of lighting, in terms of sound, in terms of camera equipment, and just my overall general knowledge with settings on the camera really helps elevate my footage. And today was really good for me as a videographer, because I feel I got a complete-ish understanding of everything and how it all gelled together. So I'm very much happy with how it all turned out. I think what's also key is being active on social media yourself. What I have found is, like, usually I just put up the post and then I kind of get off social media. I don't want to spend a long time on it. But actually watching other videographers out there and photographers and seeing what they're doing, you're not straight up copying their content, because let's call a spade. Like, everybody's still making the same type of videos. It's just how you make them is different. But it's good to take inspiration from people that are at the top of their game in this social media content world. And there's so many people that I take inspiration from. I'm like, oh, I like that. You know what? I'm going to try that shot, see how that looks. And then how can I then put my own stamp on that shot, you know? And I think that just stems to you as a person, what you do on camera. But it's good to take inspiration from other people. You don't straight up copy their content, because that's wrong. But you can take inspiration from it. So it is good to be active and finding people on social media, because that inspires you. And actually what I found 9 times out of 10 pretty much was that when I did watch other people's social media content in the cinematic videographer photography world, is that it sparked an idea for my own YouTube channel and something completely different. But I was like, that shot has inspired me to make a video on something else completely. Which is good, and it just keeps the creative juices going, I guess. Now, it took me, I'd say, 2 hours max to create all these videos, because I didn't pre-plan them of like what backdrops I was going to use, how I was going to light it. Just had a rough idea in my head, and I was like, you know what, I'm kind of going to make it up as I go and build as I go. So that's why it took a little bit longer. But honestly, if I had just written out a script straight away and wrote out everything, that would have taken me half an hour to an hour max. Film it all within an hour, so that would have been done in 2 hours. And then the longest part really is the editing. It depends on how hard you want to go at the editing. That's always the longest part, I find. So for me, with the reels I've created now and the way the quality has improved, it's going to take me that little bit longer. And I want to pay more attention to detail. Whether people notice that in my videos or not, it doesn't really matter. I'm doing it for me as an editor, so I can put my best foot forward on every video that I do. So the longest part of this whole process, I find, is the actual editing part. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I just wanted to bring you guys along on a short, like, vlog style behind the scenes video of creating a month's worth of content in one single day. I'm really enjoying this mix of vlogging within the videos. It takes me back to my 2014 days of watching YouTube vloggers, but I'm absolutely loving it. I also want to say thanks very much to everyone that has subscribed recently. It's been amazing. It makes me feel like I'm finally going in the right direction, and to see those subscribers slowly build up, it's just an incredible feeling, and I really want to build a community on this channel, so it does genuinely mean the world to me. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We have new videos every single Thursday, and my goal, which is a big one for me in 2026, is to hit 1,000 subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Thursday for another video.